Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week something of the Chobo Weekly. I'm your host, Colttarren, and joining me, as always, is the lovely Polar.
Hello.
And this week, our special guest, hailing from Team Lit, it is Edennil.
Hey.
Broken hand and all. Or cut hand, I guess.
Yep.
So, Edennil, how are you, dude? How you doing?
Aside from being crippled, I'm doing good.
That's great. So, we're just going to do a brief interview like we always do with our guests. So when did you join the CTL, or, when did you start with Starcraft? Let's start with that.
Man, Starcraft, the thing is, I've watched Starcraft competitively for years and years, but I've never really been a player till maybe a year ago. Prior to that, I just watched the matches. I will get up at 4 a.m. and watch the GSL every week. I mean, GSL and Pro League every week. But I never really competitively played or seriously played. It's all about a year ago.
Wow, very cool.
You play random. What's the story?
Random is new for Legacy of the Void. I've been a Zerg through Heart of the Swarm. And then with Legacy of the Void, I decided I wanted to switch and just try playing the other races. Thing is, I enjoy Terran and I enjoy Zerg, and I hate playing Protoss. So I'm playing random now. And every single day, I think about switching back to just playing Zerg because I'm much better at it. But I don't. I stay with random.
Don't you have fun with DTs? Everyone likes DTs.
No, I don't have fun with them. I just can't play Protoss. I guess that's a sneak peek. If anyone ever plays me and I get Protoss, you'll probably win.
You played 2 matches in the CTL as we discussed before this.
Yep.
With me, because I play random too, and that's kind of new for me because I used to play Protoss. I'm kind of the opposite. But I've just been having a hard time preparing. How do you prepare for your matchup without giving away your super secret strats?
No, it's fine. I prepare 3 builds, just 1 for each race matchup. And I practice them prior to the match. And so as soon as I load in, I have the advantage. I immediately know which build I should be going for because I know what race I am. And then I just go with that one.
Do you find that people all in you a lot more or cheese you a lot more?
No, actually, I expected more cheeses, but I have not been getting them as much.
Clearly, you haven't played me. I'll all in
no,
every random.
I have not.
The pylon rushes.
I have not played you at all.
I honestly want to play you, but I don't want to lose to someone with one hand and have that follow me for the rest of my life. So.
It's only one hand for hopefully another week.
Oh really? Can we expect to see you in the CTL in week 8, week 9?
I'm hoping. It depends on how the doctor's appointments go. Go in, they're going to check out the surgery next week, and we'll see.
I mean, we'll probably get to this more later, but Litz also got chances to go into the playoffs, so you can get an extra 2 weeks.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
So, where are you from, Edennil?
I was born in Alaska. Then I moved to Utah, grew up most of my life in Utah. And right now I live in New York. I'm here going to school. It's my last year of undergrad. So
Nice. That's awesome.
You say last year of undergrad, are you planning moving on?
No, I'll probably just go work. I study computer science, so I don't really feel a strong need to go to a grad school or anything like that right now.
Fair enough. And yeah, that's awesome. So I think the next thing we're going to go into here is the CTL Week 6 results, or the ones we have. Because, people like to wait until 11:59 p.m. on Sunday to play their matches. So for CT6 versus GNR, all that we have, the last info we have from the depths of the admins, is CT6 is up 3-0. Not sure the results of the rest of those matches. And honestly, I think that match is one that CT6 was expected to win. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, totally. Oh, no. I think it's even fair to say now that it's pretty likely that they'll take a couple more wins. I don't think this will be a 3-4 scenario. I could see this being a 5-2.
All right. Next,
Edennil, from Lit's perspective, what do you guys think about CT6? They're up there. They're actually third, right? They're right behind you.
Here's the thing. All I know is like what the rankings are. I have not been around the CTL to know like players well enough or how they're doing. I can go back and I can look at their matches. They're doing well. That's all I know. I mean, that's really all I can say for any of our opponents is I look at their record. Looks like they're doing okay. We'll prepare and come play.
I honestly will say that CT6 is probably the most grounded. I mean, I guess I'll say you are too, but take that with a grain of salt. But CT6 and you are probably the teams that have been around the longest and have done just exceptionally well every single season. Maybe CT6 a little bit more if you count the first seasons where UR was in, but I mean, they're just such a solid team. It's amazing that they can always come back, and they're always under the tutelage of Ray, except maybe not this season, but the dude knew how to run a team.
Sure, I mean, it's good for them. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think really who we play really is going to make any difference or change on our part on what we're going to do. It's pretty much the same thing for us every week.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Lit has, oh man, CT6 has such a hard next 3 weeks. Next week they play Born Gosu, then they play Lit, and then they play UR. Oh, GLHF. Ooh.
Yeah, that's brutal. Speaking of, the next result we have is Born Gosu versus Outset, which was apparently a 5-2 win for Born Gosu with 3 walkovers, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, 4 walkovers. 4. Even more. I literally can't read it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I think that was pretty much expected. Outset has had a pretty big issue with fielding a full lineup this season, which just sucks. Like, there's really nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, even if they fielded a good lineup, I think they're really like big chance to kind of bounce back versus GNR last week, but it didn't happen. Really. But they've been giving up about 2 sets every single time they play, just from walkovers, like almost at least 2.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough to win with that.
Yeah, at that point, there's nothing. I mean, like a good team, like it could be the best team in the league, but like if you give two sets up every week, you put yourself at such a handicap. Like you could win the majority of the rest of the matches and just lose. It's unfortunate. The next match result that we have is Bear Sloths versus Para OP, where Bear Sloths did win 4-3 in a pretty close series, looks like.
That's great. That's honestly really great for Para OP, because right now they're not one of the top teams in the CTL. But to bring it to all 7 games, to the best team in the league that have dropped like 8 games before this, I mean, that's Para OP should be very happy with themselves.
Yeah, they actually did the same to us too, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it was a 4-3 as well. It was really close.
Yeah,
kind of things. Para OP is a good team. I'll always say they're a good team. Yeah, they haven't lost to anything more than a 4-3 actually. Wow, good for them.
That's
such a bummer though. Every single time they make it to game 7, and then it's like, oh no.
Man,
yeah, that is.
It must suck. I've been there, and it sucks being that 7th person to play, because like everyone's like, "How'd you do, man? How'd you do?" And it's just, it's just rough. So what is Lit like? What's y'all's opinion on Bear Sloths? How do you think they're doing?
They're obviously doing well. Really, we're not going to... It doesn't make a difference who we play. I don't know anything about these teams. That's really your answer for all of these. I know nobody. So we just play every match the exact same way. We'll come. We'll prep for the match. We'll win. And then that'll be it.
Fair enough.
But here's the deal, is that you guys are probably going to both go into week...
I'm hoping we 9. Go into that last week undefeated against them. I think that'd be really fun.
Well,
Dude, 2 Clash of the Titans week 9? Oh, I don't know if I could handle it. I'd be
I'm hoping that happens. There's no guarantee that will, but there's a pretty good chance that it might.
That segues us very well into our final match results, and arguably the most interesting. Lit versus UR is currently tied 3-3. Lit's ace player. Huge shout out to Retro. He had to take his mom to the ER and is now coming back to play his match. And it looked like it was going to be a walkover for a little bit there, but now that match is going to happen, and it is ace match of the ages. It's Kiwi versus Retro. It's going to be really interesting and really hyped.
Yeah, super special thanks to Retro. Like, we told him, like, it's totally understandable if we gave a walkover for this one. I would be okay with that because, like, his mom obviously comes first. He took her to the hospital. But he just barely rushed back from it to make it back on time for his match. So I'm excited to hear how it goes.
Yeah,
Retro's a good player. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe he's dropped a game this entire season.
Look, Retro doesn't lose, so I'm pretty confident.
You even like him, even though he's a dirty Protoss?
Yep. I got to learn from someone.
So open. Hard.
I don't discriminate against these races that are inferior here.
So is Sasuke kicked off the team now that he lost to Colttarren?
No.
That's just so embarrassing.
As long as he shows up and plays the match, we're okay with that. I'm okay if he loses as long as he shows up and plays it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd take him out in a second. No offense, Sasuke. Colt's actually really good. I honestly don't know why he hasn't done.
We may or may not. I won't say. We may have told Sasuke to go ahead and throw that match to give Colt some confidence back.
Aw, wow,
nice to see. Hey, that would explain why he thought it was Zerg. We went into that match. He was like, "Wait, you're Protoss?"
Ooh, that
was fun times.
But yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we could kind of try to speculate how this game would go, but I'm sure Edennil would say Lit and we'd say UR. So
yep, there's
really no point.
Yeah.
Hopefully, by the end of this podcast, we'll have the result back from that match.
That will be really awesome to see all of our reactions to that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Are they playing yet, or is Retro still on his way?
No, he's home. He messaged us saying that he's online, so they're going.
Good stuff.
At 10:03, message from Retro saying Kiwi's not responding. Oh, never mind, he's back online.
Okay, phew. I would have been so mad.
That would have been so...
No, it's on. They're good. Apparently it's going.
That would have been the death of Kiwi.
Yeah.
All I'm saying. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. So we were just about to go into the Lit versus All Inspiration walkover extravaganza discussion, for lack of a better way to put it. So here is a general breakdown taken from TB Ham's situation post on the forums. So it was All-In's Neo Surfer versus Lit's Rats Deezer for the ending up being the deciding match, because the other one was decided to be 0-0. So Lit's original player informed his team on Tuesday that he will be unable to play. Lit contacted All Inspiration and let them know that they're going to have to sub, but still need to come up with said sub. Lit's first sub on Wednesday morning was denied by the admins because his ladder history was questionable. Lit's eventual sub registers on the site on Thursday, but the admins didn't approve it until Friday morning. Once his app was approved, Lit contacted All Inspiration, and All Inspiration's captain and player involved with the subs, with all the subs information. The players contacted each other and gave the times they can play, but both players failed to specify AM or PM. Wow. Sorry, just having to lose my place for a minute. On Saturday night, believing he needed to be on to play the match, Neo Surfer is online for a number of hours waiting for Rats Deezer. Rats Deezer is at work and not actually home during this time period, only getting home long after Neo was already online. The players exchanged some messages during this time, with Rats providing his character code, but failing to mention he wasn't actually home yet. This was all further muddled by Rats having left client logged in on his computer, so Neo was sending him party invites and messages for a while. By the time Rats made it home, Neo had already logged off and is gone for the night. Neo lets him know that he had been waiting and was gone at this time. Rats offers up the following evening after 10 p.m. as a time, but Neo doesn't respond. On Sunday night, Rats comes on for a few minutes after 10. Neo is online, so Rats asks to play. Neo declines. His captains told him he already received a walkover from the week because of the previous night. They talk for a bit, and Rats continues to ask to play, but Neo says he has other things to do and is offline sometimes after. Because of all this, the admins were split, so it did go to a captain vote, and the captains were asked to vote for one of three options: 1-0 walkover for all-in, double forfeit, or 1-0 walkover for lit. Before I get to the actual result, Edennil, can you kind of walk us through what was happening on the lit end of things, just as this all was developing?
Man. Okay, I'm just going to preface everything here with, I originally declined to come on and talk about this, because honestly, I don't want any more, drama or ill feelings to persist after this. I mean, I would rather, get it done, it's over, put it behind us. So I'm going to try and not say anything that might upset other players, because I understand that because of the result, some all-in players are definitely going to be upset because it was ruled not what they wanted. So they're understandably upset about that. So I try not to say anything that would be bad about that. So I don't have any bad feelings for you guys. So any all-in watching, my thoughts on this. Actually, back up. Which question do you want to ask about first? So Rat Caesar versus Neo Surfer.
Yeah.
In the end, my opinion is we did, everyone involved in that did a really bad job at specifying when they were going to play. Neo Surfer specified a time. He got on to play at when he thought he was going to play. Rat Caesar wasn't there. Rat Caesar specified a time that he could play. He got on when he thought he had said he was going to play. Neo Surfer wasn't there. So both of them specified a time, showed up when they had said they were going to be there. But in both cases, neither player had either agreed to the opponent's time and in both cases, neither of them had given an AM or one was speaking AM the whole time, one was speaking PM the whole time. So it was really bad communication there. So my opinion, I agree with the end result of a double walkover.
For Neo Surfer versus
Rat Caesar.
Yeah, you're right.
They were both ruled double walkovers. So I agree with that one, and that was both players just didn't communicate when they were going to play very well. A couple things that came up that were commented on that I'll just give our thoughts on. A couple players mentioned in the forum post about the timing of the sub being a factor as to why they thought it should go against us. So the sub was not, the original sub was attempted on Tuesday, that was denied. And then the final sub was attempted on Thursday, which was approved on Friday. So that doesn't give a lot of time to play, which does make this really hard, and I totally understand that. The issue that I personally have is using that as a reason for the walkover, simply because it had already been approved by both the captains and the admins involved. We don't feel that is a fair thing to be used as, I guess, ammunition against it being a walkover, simply because it had been approved, and then you'd have to back up and say, actually, that's not an approved sub. So that's our thought on that. We don't think that's a very valid argument, but we totally understand Neo Surfer being upset about him being on when he thought he was supposed to be playing and waiting. But at the same time, Rat Caesar did the same thing multiple times. He had both days he got on when he thought he was supposed to be playing, and Neo Surfer wasn't there, and he's waiting, messaging, trying to get it played. And then the part that personally I wish had gone differently was on Sunday night when both players were on, and Rat Caesar tried to play, and Neo Surfer cited that He had been told it was a walkover, so he wasn't going to play. I wish they had played that. I don't know the circumstances. Like, he's not required to. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he wasn't feeling well that day. But in the end, I wish the match had been played, because it's not fun having only 3 matches were played this week, and that is not, like, that's pretty ridiculous that 3 out of the 7 matches were actually played. 2 were a walkover in our favor, and then the 2 double walkovers. So I wish they had played, because I would rather lose off of having the matches played than win off of a bunch of walkovers.
Yeah, walkovers are one of, like, they just suck. Like, I think at the end of the day, I think all teams to a point should always try and get the matches played. But I mean, at the end of the day, every team wants to win, so I can totally understand why the captains would tell him, like, yeah, you get the walkover, especially given that they only had one half of the story at that point. And who isn't going to believe their own player? You know, at the end of the day,
of course.
Not to say that he was lying.
But that last part you said, I actually have a real big problem with. Not every time, but most of the time, walkovers are pretty cut and dry, and captains can kind of infer, yeah, we're probably going to get this walkover. Oh, your player didn't show up within the amount of time. You know,
right.
Boom, we got screenshots. It's very easy. But when something's kind of this ambiguous, I really don't like it for admins to say, you got the walkover, don't play the game. I don't think that's a good excuse at all. I think that's where All In might have messed up a little bit, not to, rag on them, but to say, like, I don't want to play because, I'm not as prepared as I was yesterday. I'm not in the mood. I haven't played the games. Like, that's fine. You can understand that. But to say, oh, no, I have the walkover before the week is over and before the admins have ruled it a walkover, so we're not going to play. I have a big, big problem with that. And I can tell you that if captains do that more, tell their players to not play because they have the walkover and have that be the excuse, I can promise you the admins will not stand for that.
Right. I will defend them on that part. I absolutely wish they had played the match, but I will defend them on the side of, because they didn't have all the information at the time, and if they legitimately thought that, I mean, maybe their captain didn't have all of the screenshots and he didn't understand that it was a miscommunication. So if their captain legitimately thought that, their player they had agreed on a specific time, their player had showed up at that agreed upon time, he had waited, he took screenshots. So I can understand them saying, hey, this is a pretty clear walkover. I don't know if he had that information or not. So I can understand that maybe that's what he thought. I wish the game had been played, but I just am not going to be, I'd be careful to say too much against their captain for saying that, because I don't know, like, what situation he was in or what information he had at the time.
Yeah, and that's fair. And again, this was very close vote. Fun fact: since me and Ray were the only people to vote, when both information was coming to us, because set 2, this was set 5. Yeah, set 2 and set 5 were given us at the same time. We both voted the exact same way for both sets, and then with more information coming in, I actually changed my vote. And then that's where the split decision came in. So it was just such an odd situation. I am not surprised at all that it was a 4-3 decision on either side. Yep. I doubted it very, very much that it was just going to be like, oh, yeah, 7-0. But, yeah, what a weird week. These don't happen pretty often, but when they do, captains rarely get to vote on walkovers, so we might not see this again for another few seasons, and that's why we kind of wanted to bring it up, even though it is kind of an awkward situation.
Yep, it was super awkward for us. It was not fun, and I will say, like as I read back through the forum posts on both cases, you see that it starts to get a little heated, or a little ill feelings appear in the forums, which is understandable, because I think both sides look at it. And automatically, you back up your player. They're on your team, and you're there to support your team. So of course, you're automatically at first gonna support your player and try and back them up. You don't want people to be tearing down your own player. And so that happened early on. And as more information got on, it began to be more understandable where everyone was coming from. So I wish everyone had had the information earlier in the week. And I think one of the best things was when Tech4 and Do or Drift got together and talked through it so that we could understand both sides' perspectives. When they came back and talked to me about that, that really helped me understand where All In was coming from and feel a lot better about it.
And I completely agree with you. Too many times you see just like the league kind of divided, so it is nice when people can come together, you know, kind of like a no hard feelings, like, yeah, we both understand, weird scenario. So, right. And I definitely want to thank the the captains for taking the time to read this out, to come to an informed decision. And I really want to do a shout out to TB Ham and Tech4, who, even though they weren't allowed to vote, they discussed a lot of this, and they were very, very helpful. You know, especially TB Ham with making all the posts. I know those take a while to make, so thanks to TB Ham and Tech4.
Yeah, like huge props to everyone who had like anything to do, like just with the general handling of that. Just that whole situation, because I think, at least from a outside perspective, because I had no part in any voting or anything like that of it, I think that it was handled very. Sorry, lost my train of thought. I think it's a bit like very handled very well, and I think the admins did a very good job of cluing everyone else in on just why they voted the way they did, or and especially with our like citing the bylaws for specific reasonings. I think just overall very well handled by all parties. So from what I can tell.
And thanks to everyone for not being just a total jerk. God, there's so many times where the situation pops up and, you know, two people just start going at it and they start swearing at each other, and then we got to ban them. It's just no bans. No bans came out of this, so that's a win. That's a win for the Chobo Team League.
Yeah, it's always good. And so I think this situation really highlighted one thing that's also coming up in the Chobo League, which was the fact that there's no fifth admin at this point in time. And yeah, go ahead, Polar.
I mean, we just never got the ball rolling, and that's kind of our admin's fault. We were running really, really well with just 4. It was going well until this happened, where just 2 admins couldn't be apart.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, it could have happened earlier too with 5 admins. Like, there's one point where me, Koali, and Couchy were our admins. We were all on UR, and so that could have been messy if UR was ever in a scandal during that time.
Yep.
But we probably should have had a 5th then. But hey, the forum's up now. You guys can nominate for an admin. Voting will be going on Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be starting Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably have a week for that.
And so far, the people that are nominated and have accepted said nomination is Beowulf of CT6, Grimly of Guns N' Roaches, I think, Colttarren, myself, from Team Unrivaled, Dodrift from Lit, and Yeezus from Born Gosu. I'm not going to really just talk about it too much because it'll turn it into me hyping myself up. So if you guys have any thoughts on that.
I was surprised, not surprised, because Elysian made a statement of why she had to decline. But I think she was definitely a contender for the admin spot. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that in the last admin election, she was high up there. She got a lot of votes.
Yeah, I believe you topped the poll with 1 vote more than Elysian at the end. Because I believe, or whoever.
No, I got elected, but then that's when Koali and Couchy stepped down, and then there was another election.
Yeah. Sauce and Ray came in, and then she lost by very small margin, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. So I thought she was definitely going to be a contender for this admin, but she declined. She said she had too much with work. But, you know, good for her. You know, you don't want to accept a position and then not be able to fulfill it.
Yeah.
Sauce is a good guy, though. We love Sauce. I like Sauce.
Yeah. I hope he's doing well and all his endeavors right now.
I think we have good candidates right now. There's no one I'm particularly against. Even the seconded but no acceptance, Ninkazi and Amnesia, I think they do solid admins. I actually don't know too much about Amnesia, but I know Ninkazi. Ninkazi is a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, go out there. Make sure you get your vote on, vote or die, or nominate and die right now. I don't know.
Apparently, right now the live ace match update is up 1-0. The retro is up 1-0 against Kiwi.
Oh,
I can't handle it.
Oh, look at that Edennil smile. Oh no.
Look, I told you, Retro doesn't lose.
Dirty Protoss.
I mean, yes, Retro doesn't lose.
Which is very fair because he hasn't lost. So
yeah, I mean,
he knows how to prep.
Oh
no, Kiwi, please come on.
Kiwi.
Make Bear Sloth the only undefeated team.
We just all need to bomb it, give them all our energy.
And I actually messaged the UR team today about how important it is for us to win this league. Because, we haven't been doing too hot. We're in 5th. But if we were to beat Lit, then week 7, week 8, we play all in and outset, which aren't guaranteed wins whatsoever. But, they're some of the weaker teams so far in this league. And then really our only obstacle is CT6.
I wouldn't call it an obstacle.
What would you call it?
A inevitable beating.
An inevitable for them. I mean, my UR pride, exactly. I mean, I'm backing you up right there. But they're pretty good. They're a pretty good team. For some reason, UR just loses to them when we win against them, which is kind of a bummer. But we'll beat them this time, and then that kind of makes a good way for the playoffs. But we just kind of need to beat Lid first, and I don't think Rich is going to let us do that. The jerk.
They had covered up an amazing screenshot of Polar right there. Anyway, because the cams are apparently freezing up for everyone except Edennil, because Edennil has godly internet.
My God.
Yeah. Sorry. So that's the election. The next topic on the drawing board is No Name Weekly number 6. I'm Robot. Someone else take over.
So No Name Weekly number 6. You took it on Shalom. I will actually type it into the chat right now. Mojahid was the supreme victor of this one. I believe there was only 6 people, or there was just 4 people, but Mojahid took it. It was the other 3 were Blaze and Kazi Raz. Blaze and Raz represent UR. But Mojahid and Ninkazi advanced to the semifinals. Mojahid beat Ninkazi 2-0 and then beat Blaze 3-2. And I know we talked about it, and Blaze was upset about that. I guess he lagged or something this game. I'm not sure. I don't want to start, no Johns. But Blaze was really, really excited to kind of take that victory, but wasn't able to close it out. So good job for Blaze. It's his first real breakout run in the No Name Weekly. Usually he gets out by the winner in the first round. So very good job for Blaze. He was able to beat Raz. Got the walkover from Ninkazi, which is a little bit unfortunate, but man, took Mojahid to game 5. So good job for Blaze, and definitely good job for Mojahid for winning it, because that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, interesting to note is that both Picker and Monk didn't compete this week. So we got to see a new face ascend to the throne.
Yeah, still a bummer for Raz, because Raz has yet to make that breakout run too. So now that Blaze has, he needs to.
Yeah, and Raz is a really good player as well. So
he was with 3 Terrans though. That's kind of gross. Oh.
Well.
Usually it's Zerg. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's just a ton of Zergs, looking at this cell.
Where are all our good Protoss, Polar? Where'd they all go?
They all died. I don't know. Me, Rengen, who was it? Sim Prime's still really good. I don't know when Sim Prime's going to decide to turn it up, but Sim Prime's a good player.
I remember playing against him in Couchy's league, and I had a build order victory, I guess, because he tried Blink Soccer and I had Immortal. And then I was outside his base, and then he just outplayed the crap out of me because I think I was gold at the time, and he was diamond. So like, I was just happy to have like held anything from him, and he just turned it on. He's scary, that Sin Prime.
There's been a lot. I mean, well, actually, now we got Retro.
Yeah.
Retro's the good Protoss. Yeah, why didn't Retro jump into the CSL?
I have no idea, to be honest. I really don't know. Oh, that's me. That comes from me.
Fire.
Oh my god, what's he doing?
Man.
This is New York City.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a little surprising that I wish I knew more about Ninkazi giving up that walkover, because no offense to Blaze, but I think he could have beaten Blaze and
well, rip.
So never mind about that. But yeah, so good job for Mojahid. I mean, good.
Yeah.
Again, this is where he's kind of making his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he plays in the CTL too much, and he's not in the CSL. Yeah, making his breakout debut.
Yeah, good for him. I really enjoy these weeklies, just getting to see all these players who pretty much otherwise don't really have any way to compete in CTL related events. So it's good for them to have a little bit of an outlet in which to play.
Yeah, besides like the 1 or 2 weeks in the CTL where we allow Masters, the one Masters match.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we do again, to be honest. Yeah, we don't. There's no more Masters. Wait, that might not be true. Yeah, there's no more Masters in the CTL.
Mm-hmm.
Just that 1 week, so good job.
And so now we're going to go into CSL round of 8 results. The ones that we have. We do not have. I don't know what the 4th one is. We only have 3 of them.
Puddle and Chimaera. We do
Puddle
not have. I'm saying Chimaera though. I'm saying Chimaera. Take it. No offense to Puddle, but
hey, your prediction skills have been kind of off, my friend.
All right, we'll get to that. All right, let's start with Narwhal and PSosa. Narwhal and PSosa.
We have an order here.
Yeah, no, we're going with the order.
Reverse?
Or not.
No.
All right, no, you're good. Continue. No, let's.
Polar,
I see.
We understand you have an agenda here to make it look like you're good at predicting. So give your. You can go ahead and do it in any order you want.
All right. We're doing it from top to bottom according to Wikipedia, because that's what everyone sees. That's my reasoning.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Narwhal versus PSosa. That was either 3-0 or 3-1. I think it was 3-1, correct?
Yes.
So Narwhal versus PSosa. I think that was foreseen. Narwhal, very, very good CTL player. I think he's like #1 for diamonds right now. But I mean, PSosa's got that master swag, so
yeah.
I think that's.
Quick update to Ace match in the middle of this. It is 1-1, coming down to the final game.
Kiwi!
Let's go!
Kiwi!
I want Kiwi
Kiwi
to win so bad.
I'm gonna be so mad if he doesn't, because he usually beats me. So this way, if he wins, I can say, "Oh, I'm better than Retro." Sometimes it's Kiwi, but if Retro wins, then I can be like, "Oh man, I'm worse than Retro."
Retro, if you have this stream on in the background, you should definitely work a rush. Awesome. The next result we have, I don't have Wikipedia open, which is the next one in the order.
Monk vs. Valkyrie.
Mr. I don't use Colttarren's order of things.
I want to use for the people. But Monk vs. Valkyrie. Monk 3-0 Valkyrie. That was a Plat versus Masters match. So good on Valkyrie. He did his best. I mean, Monk, again, the contender to probably win this tournament. But Monk's pretty strong. And good for Valkyrie. He's a Plat player and he made it to the quarterfinals. Yeah. I mean, I'm Diamond and I got out round 1. So
yeah, really
good for Valkyrie.
And like beating Diamonds to get there and stuff. That's just awesome. Good
he beat Dilo. Where was he first round? He had Beowulf in his group first round. Like, man.
Yeah.
So good on Valkyrie.
Impressive stuff. Yeah, and Monk 3-0'd him. We said that. And now
The final one. All right. I prefaced this one. All right. So you guys know I've been saying Krill's going to lose pretty much every single game he ever plays. Turns out, surprisingly, that he 3-1 Beowulf, not even a 3-2, which I didn't see coming.
Good for
so,
Cruel.
Good for Cruel. I'm so sorry. So here's my olive branch. This is going to be my olive branch to Cruel. A couple seasons ago, I forget which season it was exactly, but I predicted GNR to lose pretty much every single round in the CTL, and they would always win. So Polar equals Artosis, thanks TP. So in the semifinals, I said, all right, GNR, if you win this, no matter what, I'm going to say that you're going to win the finals. And they won the semifinals, and I predicted GNR to be Team UR, my team. So here's going to be my knowledge branch. If you beat Monk, you're going to win the finals. I will predict you to win the finals no matter what. But for right now, I don't think you're going to beat Monk. I'm so sorry. Monk's so good. I don't think you're going to beat Monk.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to say Cruel is going to win just because I feel so horrible of how much of a dick you are to him. But
Dude, he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
He's probably going to win.
Watch him 3-0 Monk.
I'm 100% going to go out and say Cruel's going to win. Have you guys not learned your lesson yet? Week after week, getting it wrong.
But like, Monk's so good. Monk's so good. Has he like even dropped a set yet? Like, if Cruel beats him, I'll proclaim Cruel the best player that has ever created.
In all honesty, I don't really know either player, but I just think it's hilarious. So I'm gonna vote Cruel. Because I'm on the show, I'm gonna vote.
Oh, there's no way. Monk has yet to drop a game. He's played me, 2-0'd me real quick. 2-0'd Chimaera, who's a contender to win. 2-0'd PSosa, who's contender to win. And then Tech 4, one of the better diamonds in the league. Like,
yeah.
I don't see it. Cruel. I'm sorry. But if you beat Monk, I will 100% predict you to win the finals. 3-0 or 4-0.
You can't predict for him in the finals after predicting against him and he wins, because then he's gonna get like aced, and it's gonna be your fault.
He's gonna get rocked in the finals when I predict him, but I will. I have to be nice to him because I've been so.
You give him like a carrot on a stick to beat Monk. Like, I'll predict for you. I promise. Like,
you say I had to be nice to him. I'll be nice to you in a week if you win.
Yeah.
But as for now, I won't be.
Oh. Man. And so round of 4 predictions, what we have right now is Monk versus Cruel, and we just covered that. Polar thinks Cruel's gonna get rocked, but that's not anything new.
Yeah, same old.
So,
but then PSosa versus Chimaera predicting, maybe PSosa versus Puddle, but PSosa versus Chimaera is kind of the battle for, all right, who's the best Zerg in the league, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, that should be
I feel bad because I'm leaving Beowulf out, who has beaten Chimaera but has yet to play PSosa, I think. I'm not sure. But they definitely have it in this tournament. But I definitely think this is kind of battle for the strongest Zerg.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree. I think that'll be a really interesting one.
I don't know who is going to win that, I guess. I don't know. I like them both. I like them both so much. I got to get a relationship with both. One of you predict while I try to do some research. Who's going to win, PSosa or Chimaera, if Chimaera beats Puddle?
Me?
Let's do Edennil first, since he doesn't know anybody.
No clue.
You gotta choose.
All right, give me my choices again. I just zoned out there.
So you have Puddle. Wait, no. Wait, who?
No, PSosa or Chimaera.
PSosa or Chimaera? I don't even know.
Yeah, I have faith in PSosa. He's got a Canadian flag next to his name, and I lived in Canada for a little while. I've got some support there. I want some variety as we go on in this. So PSosa, I hope you win.
Wait, what country is he from, Edennil? Can you just go on record saying what country he's from?
No, Peru. It's all right. We still need variety.
You got it.
Man.
Well, Puddle's from... I guess I didn't really give the option for Puddle. But,
no, I'm going to vote for Puddle too. I want more variety.
You want Puddle and Chimaera to play
Don't
in
want
the
the
semifinals.
Puddle
what about
and
Colt?
What about me? I'm going to say Chimaera takes it to 3-2 or 4-3 or whatever. However many matches are going to be played, he's going to win by 1. I believe.
So, here's what I'm going to say. Is I know Chimaera's weak versus Mutas, and every time PSosa has beaten me, not every time, but I think there was like 2 games where he absolutely wrecked me, and they were with Mutalisks. And I know Chimaera's weak against Mutalisks, so I'm going to say PSosa beats Chimaera. But I'm not confident in that at all. I'm not confident like I make a cruel confidence. I'm not confident in this.
All right.
So, yeah.
So I think that just about wraps it up for planned topics. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about in the chat, please go ahead and post them there.
Can we have one more thing? We have the lineups.
I don't think we actually have the lineups in. So
let me check.
Yeah, we only have 5 in or something like that. So no lineups this week, guys. Sorry about that. Captains, do your stuff better. Thanks.
Yeah, Cobalt. You didn't get it. UR's lineup is not in, so.
Wait, we have that. Can I submit it for our
We
captain?
have the lineup. Cobalt hasn't submitted it.
Can I do it?
You're not assistant. I think only Cobalt and Blaze can.
Yeah.
So you're saying if I copy this and I send it to you, it won't count?
There's a submission form on the CTL website that is only accessible
That's so much
if you're listed as
work.
captain or assistant captain. Hey, Colt, send it to me and I'll submit it for you.
Oh, awesome. All right, yeah.
Edennil submits Team URs.
If I see Cobalt in the viewer list right now, I'm going to be very upset. Cobalt, I love you. If you ever watch this VOD, I love you.
Well, wait, Blaze is here. Blaze.
Blaze.
He was talking earlier.
Get our stuff
submit
in.
it.
Come on, Blaze.
You can do it. Oh, look at that. Look at TV Ham's beautiful, beautiful Peruvian egg. I think this week, to be honest, there's some close matches. I think CT6 versus Bowling Gosu is gonna be a dank match. It's gonna be an amazing match. I can't wait to see who goes against who. Do we have their lineups? No, we don't have CT6 lineup. But that's gonna be a very, very fun series to watch. It's CT6 versus Bowling Gosu. So look up for that. Other than that, I think it's kind of like the top teams versus the bottom teams. Not saying the bottom teams don't stand a chance, but I don't know. Bear Sauce versus Guns and Roaches and Lit versus Outside. It's literally 1-2 versus 8-9. And then UR versus All In, I think has the potential to be pretty close. I'm hoping UR takes it.
Yeah.
But I think CT6 and Born goes to it's a 50-50 shot either way. It's going to be a test of skills.
Yeah, so I'd say that we're going to end it, but we have to stall until we get this ace match result in. They're in the 3rd and final game.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear about it.
Yeah, no, Blaze just typed. Blaze, get your matchup in so we can at least talk about All In versus UR.
Wait, is he assistant captain on the site though? Like, does he have that rank yet?
That's a very good question. I didn't do it, to be completely honest, because I know Cobalt sent a message saying he was. Yeah, he's. Oh, whoops.
Well, if you give him that rank, then he can do it.
All right, let's. Am I allowed to do this? TBM, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm allowed to do this.
What is he doing?
I can give Blaze assistant captain right now. So can assistant captains can turn in lineups?
Yes, assistant can send in lineups. Correct.
We won! We did it! Kiwi!
No way! Kiwi won?
Yes!
I'm so sorry that you have to be here.
Retro, that was awfully kind of you to give them that win. That was very nice of you.
See, this is why you don't let Colttarren win a match. Yeah.
Also,
you guys.
on the record, I'm also going to say I blame Jacobus for our
Oh
loss.
yeah, go ahead and tell that story. That's hilarious. Oh, wait, if you want to.
Yeah, that's up to you.
I blame Jacobus. That's all. He can talk about it and defend himself if he wants.
But PSosa has a question. He says, question for the casters: you think Monk will drop a map in the CSL? My answer is going to be PSosa. That's up to you. You're going to meet him in the finals. That's if he's going to drop a map. That's up to you. So good luck, man. I don't know. Edennil,
no clue.
Thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think he will drop a map. I don't think he'll drop a set. Because I mean, at the end of the day, anyone can beat anyone in one game. Like, because I mean, like, if anyone cheeses hard enough, you like build order loss or whatever. Like, it's in a game of Starcraft, anything is possible. But these series do a very good job of making sure that the better player will win. And I think that Monk is the better player in every single possible matchup.
So, I will explain what happened this week. Jacobus posted it in the CTL chat. So, I mean, not the CTL, in the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
We had him playing our player that we had subbed in this week. He was on the CTL roster, set to play this week. He scheduled the match. Our clan is completely full. Jacobus is going through, looking for people that he thinks are inactive and kicking them out. And he kicks him out of the clan. And he didn't know that he was on this week, so I blame Jacobus.
Yeah.
It's really kind of funny.
Thank you, Jacobus. Bless your heart.
Yeah, true. Jacobus MVP for you are.
Yeah.
But this is actually a big deal, and I'm really not trying to rub this in. And
nope, it's totally fine.
Two things. Yeah, it means two things. That Lit is no longer undefeated. There is still the number 2 team, pretty clearly. I don't think anybody can take that away from them.
Not unless you read Tech 4's power rankings. He places us at number 3.
Tech 4. But no, I still think they're in a very good position. I think you guys, I don't know. You tell me, dude, I know you think like, oh, we don't know that many people, but you gotta be kind of scared for the future. Week 8.
Why would I be scared for it?
Because week 8, you go against Bear Sauce, or no, week 8 you go against CT6, and then week 9 you go against Bear Sauce. How would you not like at least a little bit like, oh no, we have to go against the number 3 team and the number 1 team? Like you guys aren't like. I mean, I know you guys are pretty much shooing for the playoffs, but still, you must be like, ugh.
No, zero nervous about that at all. No nerves. I'm not worried about it.
I'm having a hard time believing you. It's like that Anchorman gif. I don't believe you.
You don't believe me then.
You think you're just gonna take those sets easy peasy?
No, not at all.
I like it.
It's no different.
I like their mindset. They go into every match preparing the same. Like, sure, maybe 1 or 2 extra practices, like individual wise, but I mean, like go into it with the same mindset. You're always going to be prepared and not going to get rattled by like, oh, these guys just took down Lit last week. They might be really scared. Like, they're not gonna get all nervous. Okay.
That's probably why you guys are champions and I'm not, is because I'm quaking in my boots for you guys.
No, I'm excited for these matches coming up. There will be some really fun ones, but I don't think I'm not really nervous about them. That doesn't mean I think we're gonna walk over and stomp everyone. I just think
stream offline. Are we done?
It'll be good. I'm seeing a black box on the stream.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Hopefully it's just recording on TV.
I appreciate all of you.
It's back. Hey, it's back.
Oh.
Drop.
Thank you for watching. Were you guys in the middle of something? I got distracted by the black box.
No, it's just Polar saying that he thinks we should be more nervous. Me saying we're just going to prepare as normal.
In your boots.
No, not at all. It's all right.
And this is why Polar isn't in the ace match anymore. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh well, we'll see.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate all of you. Special thank you to Edennil for joining us this week. Thank you to TV Ham for running the stream and being our man behind the curtain. Thank you to Oblivion for making these sexy stream graphics. And thanks to all of you guys for watching. Peace out. See you next week.
Yeah. Yep. Peace out.
See ya.